comment is just about what we're talking about right now with the trolls. You know, my stance has always been when it comes to trolls, they come to spaces where they can be engaged. And when you find them not being engaged, they move on to spaces where they can be engaged.
Yeah.
I find that a lot of times we fall into the trap that they set by the trolling.
Yeah.
And then once we set that, once we fall into that trap, then all of the other trollers who see that, hey, this is a space where people are going to entertain this inappropriate shit, then they
Yeah.
pull up too and join into the conversation. The biggest way and the easiest way to deal with people who don't matter is to continue to show them that they don't matter.
Right.
You gotta Vince. I'm glad and I applaud you for finally just deleting those people. Don't engage with them. Don't you're trying to have a structured conversation or a structured debate with someone who has no structure. That is absurd to me. So when it comes down to it, I know it feels in that moment you feel like you got your shit off when they said something stupid and you're just like, you stupid. So I'm gonna say you stupid. But at the end of the day, that's what they're saying the stupid shit for. Like you gotta understand these people have no lives. They probably don't have no friends, probably don't have no real people feeding into their souls, which is why they're so butthurt all the time. And once you realize that and you understand that this is why they're trolling, if you don't acknowledge it and you see me, I told you, whenever we get trolls that come in our comment section, I don't put that shit on the screen for everybody to see it. I delete your ass and I block you. And you don't, and nobody has to know anything about what you said because I won't bring attention to it. And that's what it is. You want attention. You are so thirsty for attention because no one pays you any that this push to the point of I'm just gonna hate until somebody says something. Like, go listen, man. Like, find someplace else to do that. And over here, we about celebrate. We're about bigging up. So when I see a comment or you see a comment that somebody says something profound or says something that is like, like, oh, I didn't even think of it like that. That's the type of conversation I want to have with you. I want to have that conversation. Thank you, brother, for enlightening me. Thank you, sister, for enlightening me on something that I wasn't privy to. Thank you for bigging us up. Thank you for supporting us. Those are the people we want to feed into. We never want to feed into trolls. Never want to give them power. Keep on ignoring them and blocking them and deleting them and don't give them no space to exist. And guess what? Then they just gonna argue amongst themselves. That's what trolls want to do. Argue amongst themselves. So just take that into account.
That's true. It's the same rules as the zoo. You don't feed the animals. That's why I'm saying, like, we drop positive comments, not in response to them, just so that the positive comments outnumber the stupid ones. Yeah. Definitely don't go back and forth with somebody who probably hasn't picked up a book in I don't know how long and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. Yeah, no point in even glorifying them, man. So I appreciate the sentiments here. I will say trolls we don't typically acknowledge them in the first place. But these folks, they're like, I don't know, they're coming out the way. I only brought them up because it just seems to be calculated. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I mean, I don't know.